Welcome, welcome. My name is Cindy Lish, and I'm super excited that you're here with me today. I'm an accomplished career coach who helps stay-at-home moms with the confidence, tools, and skills to successfully get back to the workforce. Yep, that's exactly what I do. So whether you've been at home for 20 minutes or 20 years, this is the place for you. In fact, over the past 8 years, I've helped over 600 women to confidently get back to the workforce at jobs they absolutely love. Okay, now before we get started, I have so many free resources available for you. If you look at the links below, sign up for my mailing list so that you get my content delivered directly to you. I have a free private Facebook group. Subscribe to this channel so that you are the first to know every single time I go live, which is weekly on Wednesday. Okay, here we go. So you've gone on the interview, right? You want that job. You've gone on the interview. You want the job. Are there any next steps, or is it out of your hands? And I will tell you, there are definitely next steps, and it is definitely not out of your hands. Your steps after the interview will also significantly impact whether you're going to get the job or not. Yes, absolutely. So here's what you're going to do. There's 5 things that you're going to do after you have that interview to put you in a better light with the hiring manager. So number 1, you're going to write an email thank you to everybody that you interviewed with. Separate email. So if you interviewed with one person, you're sending one email. If you interviewed with 2 people, it's 2 emails, and so on. And you are going to, what are you going to include in that email? So first off, you are going to thank them for taking the time to interview you. Yes, I know it was your time also, and they're the one who's looking to hire somebody. And in fact, you're actually doing them a favor, right? Because you are so qualified and there's so much you could do for it. Okay. Yes, but, right? So we want to thank them. We want to recognize that they gave us this opportunity. And we want to show that kindness bone that we have. We want to show our brand. We want to show that we are appreciative. So you want to thank them for interviewing you. But it's more than just thanking them for interviewing you, okay? This would be an opportunity to, maybe when you left that interview, there was something that you realized you forgot to say. And you're like, oh, wow, I should have said this. Wow, this would have been a great example for exactly what they were talking about. Okay, this was a point I didn't remember, right? Because it always happens, right? We leave the room, we walk out of the building, and like, oh, now that the tension is off, now that I can relax, now that I'm not feeling as stressed, now I'm remembering what I wanted to say. Okay, here you go. The thank you note is an opportunity to, short and succinct, put that information forward, put that story together, right? Remind them, here's another thing you could be doing in that thank you note. Maybe you had a synergy, an aha moment, something where you really connected. This would be an opportunity to use that time to just, I especially enjoyed our conversation about such and such, because it's helping to make you stand out in the mind and memory of the person who interviewed you. Right? They interview a lot of people, okay? And honestly, one person kind of seems very much like the other. They're not going to remember everybody. And we want you to stand out. So by doing that, that'll give that opportunity to be, oh, yes, I remember Cindy. She was this one, okay? So you're going to put that in there. It also gives you an opportunity to express your interest in the position again, right? I'm very interested in the position. And can you please tell me what the next steps are? So that continues to show your interest in the position because you're asking what the next steps are. Okay, so that's something you're going to put in that thank you email. Okay, so that's 1, is that thank you email. Now 2 is, and this is if you went on an in-person interview only, not on a phone interview or a Zoom interview or whatever, but if you went on an in-person interview to, a facility, an office, whatever, you can actually write a handwritten thank you note, very short, 3 lines, okay? Thanking them for interviewing you, excited about the opportunity to work with them. On a very simple note card, plain white, something, little border, nothing fancy, by hand in the mail. Okay, what is the reason for this? Okay, again, the idea is to stand out. So few people will do this. This could be, if it's between you and somebody else and you're neck and neck, this could be the deciding factor. Okay, that extra little nicety that you took to show your interest, to stand out from the other people. Okay, so this is the second thing, is a handwritten thank you note. Third thing Depending on what position you were interviewing for, you may have been given, quote, an assignment after the interview, which could be to send in writing samples, could be to send in a portfolio, could be to create a presentation, could be to send in references, whatever it might be. If they give you an assignment, now is the time. Now is the time to work on it quickly, efficiently, and do it really well. Okay, this is that chance, right? This is that chance to shine. In a lot of instances, it's a chance for you to show how good you would be on the job, right? It's like a trial run. So if you wait on this, if you're going on that interview on Monday and you don't get around to even starting to do this till Thursday, Friday, I mean, you're not really showing a hard work ethic, right? You're not showing that you really want the job, that you're putting 110% into this job. Okay, so if they've given you an assignment, now is the time to really focus strong and hard on doing that assignment. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, follow up. Yes, follow up. Unless they specifically tell you, don't call us, we'll call you, which is probably an indication that they're not interested. But unless they specifically say, don't call us, we'll call you, they get busy. Believe it or not, even though they have an open position, there are a lot of other things on their plate besides just hiring you. Their time frame is different than yours. Their schedule is different than yours. They get busy, and they get overwhelmed, they forget, just like anybody else. So I would wait at least 2 weeks, and then a gentle email can be put out following up. Dear so-and-so, I am very interested in this position. Can you please tell me where we are in the hiring process? Is there anything I could provide that could make your decision making easier? Looking forward to hearing from you, something like that. But definitely a follow-up after 2 weeks. We walk that fine line when we're following up between being efficient, but be careful not to be stalkerish, right? So you're not following up every day. You're not following up multiple times a day. So you're going to wait 2 weeks. Then if they don't have an answer yet, then you're going to wait again at least 2 weeks until you're following up again. Okay. And then number 5, which sounds a little bit in contrast to 1, 2, 3, and 4, but it's really, really important in this job search process, is keep applying for jobs. Okay. Because this may be the one, and then the work you're doing now, okay, no big deal. Or this may not be the one. But you don't want to lose the momentum on your job search while every time you go on an interview and you're waiting for the answer, right? Because the interview process is long. Sometimes I have clients and they'll get multiple job offers in under a month, but sometimes it's 3 months or 4 months. Why? Because there are so many levels of the process. They're going on so many levels of interviews. So you certainly don't want to be in the position that you're waiting. You found one, you're waiting until you apply to more jobs. So we continue applying for jobs until we have an offer in our hand. Okay, so these 5 steps are going to make a tremendous, tremendous difference in your actions, what you're doing post-interview, and if you are getting the job. I just want you to take that second to think about it for a minute and think about if you were the interviewer. Okay, so you've interviewed a number of people. Some people came in, they interviewed with you, they left, you never heard from them again. They didn't thank you for your time. They didn't show that appreciation. And then other people wrote back and said, thank you. I appreciate you interviewing with me. I understand you interview a lot of candidates and I'm privileged to have this opportunity, right? I especially enjoyed our conversation about this. You're going to feel a lot more positive feelings towards that person than the person who came in, didn't do anything afterward and left, right? I spoke with a woman once who was frustrated. She was looking for a job and she went on a lot of interviews and I asked her, do you ever follow up on the interviews? And her response to me was, no, I never follow up on the interviews. Why should I bother? If they want me, they're going to hire me. They probably made their decision already anyway. Okay. I leave you with that thought. Would you hire her? Would you hire somebody with that attitude? Right? And we know the answer, right? It's of course not. Of course not. So understand that the job search, they don't have so much. You're interviewing for an hour, another hour. Give them more to show them what you're about, who you are, to show them what an amazing person you are, that if they get you, you're going to be part of their team. And this is what you bring forward to their company, to their industry, to their clients, to their staff every single day. Okay. I hope you found this really valuable. As I mentioned, I have so many free resources for you. Sign up for my mailing list. Join my free private Facebook group. You can come on over and have a free discovery call with me to see how I can help you with your job search. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends so we can help as many women as possible to get back to the workforce. Okay. I hope you have a productive week. Always remember that you're a warrior, and I'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.